but me. Say everybody. Okay.
KCMO, born and raised if you ain't get the memo. Slipping in my city is a NO. We put down the demo.
Hey you guys, it's me, Bossy. I just have to say, y'all are gonna see me in this same shirt for several videos because some people will be like, girl, why you wear the same shirt in videos? I'm recording a bunch of videos today, like at least 5. So y'all will see me looking like this in at least 5 videos. But today's video is going to be another Ask Bossy video. Yeah, I know y'all ready for these. I know y'all are. So I'm just gonna jump into these. Now, I do give disclaimers all the time. This is my opinion. This is what I would do. If you don't like it, I'm sorry about that. And I'm going to try to get to everyone's questions as quick as possible. I have so many, you guys. So, again, bear with me. But, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and start off where I left off the last time. Okay, so this first one says, so I work as a cashier for a well-known realtor. And as far as I know, I thought everyone was cool. Although one girl who I'll call Baby Bop due to her struggling stage 1 afro would come by my register with a friend or two and would sometimes stalk and or laugh as they walk by to or from break. She worked in the back. Then there was a guy who I called DJ that called himself liking me, but I didn't take him serious. I was always curious as to why Baby Bop and her minion would always come by trying to intimidate me. She'd come to my register for a checkout and would walk off when I would hand her a receipt. And about the 5th time she did it, I started getting irritated. Okay, some people don't take the receipt, but this girl was leaving change. And when I would bag her stuff, she would unbag it. Girl, one time she paid for her stuff and left it, then turned back around and laughed. Bitch was petty. So one day the people who worked in the back like Baby Bop and DJ took their breaks. When returning, I saw Baby Bop and DJ walking near each other. So I asked him if he and her had something going on. He of course said no. Her intimidation continued. She even started mocking my hairstyles. A coworker of mine even asked if she and I were into it because she was always mugging me while I was working. I still to this day have never said anything to this girl. Never. I eventually left the job due to transportation, and a year later they were married. What? And a year later they were married. Go figure. So one day I came into the store just to shop. The workers were coming from lunch. Baby Bop saw I was in the building and she did a 360 to my direction. And I mean, she turned around so fast. She was almost in the back and she mountain hiked her ass right up front to the registers and grabbed something to buy. I wanted to tell her, young man, I don't want your husband, but I still see this clown and sometimes I want to confront her about how she did me, her and her minions. What would you do if you saw her? What would you do? Now, this did happen like 2 years ago, but my visit was summer of 15, and up until a year ago, DJ was still checking for me, still somehow. I want to smack her though, just a little, but I still see her. She's like a fucking pest. Girl, don't even worry. Okay, my camera died. But girl, don't even worry about that girl. Do your shopping and keep it moving. Now, if she come up on you or she starts talking stuff, you don't work there no more. If she put her hands up on you or she get a little too close, then by all means, call off and whoop that ass. But just do your shopping. You don't work there no more. You ain't got to worry about him. You ain't got to worry about her. Obviously, they've been messing around, even though he denied it, of course. They're married now. Let their marriage be. She obviously is intimidated by you. She's worried about you because, hell, you ain't even been working there. And as soon as she see you, she do a 360 and try to come your way so she can be seen. Girl, don't. Hey, make her think you doing good. You probably are doing way better than she is. Don't even focus on that, girl. Like I said, you go in that store again and you see her, keep it moving. Now, unless she starts tripping and she touches you, then of course you can do what you gotta do. But don't even focus on that, girl. Move on with your life. This next one says, hi Bossy. First I want to start by saying how much I enjoy your channel. Anyways, I need your advice. I am a 21-year-old female who has been dating a 34-year-old guy going on 4 months now. He has a 4-year-old son and I have a 2-year-old son. We enjoy each other's company. But he's asking me that question about when I'm going to let him meet my parents. My dad isn't really the problem, it's my mom. She's a pretty much old-fashioned, especially when I meet a guy. She wants to see him firsthand way before I even get to know him myself. That's not the only problem. His age is an issue. He's a really nice guy and he has really taken the time to get to know me. What should I do? Okay, so you're 21, he's 34. You both already have a child. Your kid's age is not too far apart. But do you guys, I mean, and you're saying you guys really get along. I mean, you think everything's going good. That's fine and dandy. Sometimes, I mean, that big age gap, it does work. Now, as far as your mother goes, you might need to tell her about him real soon, real quick. Especially if you think this relationship is going somewhere and it's getting serious and he's a really good guy. I mean, you said your dad is cool, but if you think your mom is going to be really kind of tough on him due to his age, you might want to talk to her one-on-one first and like really just let her know how you feel about him, how your relationship is, especially since you guys have been talking about, you said like 4 months, I think. Yeah, 4 months now. But that's only if you really think it's serious. I mean, he's asking to meet your parents, but do you think it's that serious for him to meet your parents just yet? I mean, 4 months, or is he planning on, you know, like really settling down right now with you? He's 34 and, you know, he's an older man, so he might know what he wants right now. But are you ready for him to meet your parents right now? 4 months is not a really a long time, but hell, some people's relationships move super fast. So if he wants to meet your mom, maybe it's the reason he wants to meet your parents. Maybe it's the reason. Maybe he's trying to put a ring on it soon. Are you ready for that at 21? I mean, you need to find out what it is that he wants to meet your parents so soon for. Ask him that first. And then talk to your parents, especially your mother first. And let her know there's a guy that you have been dealing with for 4 months. Things seem to get serious. See how her reaction is and throw that age in there. See how that reaction goes. Because I'm sure she's going to be concerned about the well-being of you and your child. So just talk to him first to see what it is that he wants to talk to your parents about or meet them for that fast. If you feel like the relationship isn't at that point yet, then maybe I would just hold off on that a little longer. But yeah, you just need to talk to him and then be prepared to talk to your mama. Okay, this next one says, hey Bossy, first off, I'd like to say thank you for taking time out to read this, and I love your videos. Well, thank you, girl. To start off, I'm in my mid-20s and have very little dating experience, which is why I'm asking you. There's this guy that hangs with my group of friends. About a year ago, he came up to me and said that I would be his wife one day. Ain't that special? I didn't take him seriously, so I forgot about it. Some months passed and I see him again in the summer of last year. We didn't exchange very many words that I remember. I was drunk on that specific day. A couple more months pass and I see him again at a mutual friend's birthday party. At first, he doesn't say much to me. As our large group is walking to the restaurant, he says that there's only one person he'll pay for. I laugh, but still didn't take him seriously. Well, long story short, he actually pays for my food. During the dinner, he kept calling my friends future bridesmaids and saying that this is technically our first date. He spent a large part of the conversation talking about himself and what he's accomplished. I honestly thought he was doing this to impress my friend next to me. That same night, he put her on his Snapchat, so I was confused. Later that night, the whole dinner group went to a lounge. He seemed interested in my friend, and it seemed like he was getting her number, but he kept trying to pull me aside to talk to me. Me and another friend asked him about it, and he said that he liked me. I left it at that. Fast forward a couple of weeks, I guess he sees me on one of my friend's Snapchat. I don't have one. And asked her about me. I see him the same night and he doesn't say much. Mind you, he's not a shy person. Later that month, he asked my friend that I thought he liked about me. I guess my question is, why do you think he's doing all this? He called me his wife since we met, but hasn't asked me out or for my number. He has all my friends on social media, but not me. I don't see him too often, and I don't know him well enough to know if he's playing games or if he's serious. I hope this wasn't too long or confusing. What do you think? Girl, hell, he is confusing. He's playing mind games. Girl, please. Ask that man straight up, what is he doing? You telling people I'm about to be your future wife, or you calling me your future wife? Where the ring at? Why haven't you came and asked me on a formal date chat? Why haven't you asked for my number? Hell, girl, ask him for his number and see what he says. It sounds like he's playing mind games, but this is just my opinion. I mean, hell, I'd be confused too if he's all giggling in somebody else's face, and then when she's away, you giggling in my face. What's it gonna be? And then you said when, like, you saw him the last time, he didn't say much to you. It's confusing. And me personally, I don't want to be having a bump into this guy all the time. He's not making no move, but he's giving me all these mixed signals, and then I'm looking crazy every time we have these encounters with each other. So either you need to go up to him and see what's good, see what's the deal, or either you just need to let that man go, or let him know, please, I don't have time for your BS. You playing games. If you wanted me, you would have came and got this number. You would have came and took my ass out. We would have did some stuff. You would have tried to get to know me. It's been, what, a year almost, and we've been bumping into each other often. We have mutual friends. You got everybody else on social media but me, which granted, he don't have to have you on social media to be really feeling you like that. But I mean, you need to just ask him up front, because girl, you ain't got time to be waiting for this man. Okay, this next one says, hello, Miss Bossy. I need some advice. Me and my boyfriend have been together since high school, and it's the relationship I've always wanted, but there's one catch. The mother and father do not like me. They always talk down on me, even when I was 13, and now I'm 19 and my boyfriend is 18. They always call me a whore, saying I'm just with their son just to get pregnant and take their money. But one day took the cake when I got strep throat, and my boyfriend as well. But one day took the cake when I got strep throat and my boyfriend got it as well. Then the mom and dad proceeds to blame me while their son was sick, calling me a dirty whore and anything else in the book. Then also said I probably gave their son VD because he's on penicillin, but it's to cure strep. I don't know how to handle these monster in-laws. I need help. My boyfriend always takes up for me when his parents talk about me, but they get mad and always want him to apologize for it. Can you please save my future marriage? Thanks, and I love you too. Girl, look, I don't know if I can say that. Some parents is just outright rude, disrespectful, and they just don't want their kids to make a choice for themselves. Hell, y'all still young. The only thing honestly I can say is talk to his parents. If it's with both of them or one-on-one, just ask them why they feel this certain way about you. I mean, they may be really protective of their child, but let them know you're not a bad person. Show them who you are. I mean, try to have that conversation. If they still act like assholes and they still want to be disrespectful to you, only thing I can say, because it doesn't mean end your relationship because his parents want to treat you so bad. You just might not have to be around them. I mean, family dinners you might have to miss. I mean, it's just something that some relationships you would really have to work hard on, because sometimes the other people in that person's life that you love aren't going to accept you guys. So you have to get in that mind state that if this is the person I want to spend the rest of my life with, marry, have children with, then I have to accept the fact that his family may not like me, and I can't be around them that way, because you don't want to have confusion and conflict. So, I mean, if you can mentally prepare yourself that that might be your future, where you might not be close to your in-laws, where you might not, you know, have that close bond with them, or just have a cordial relationship with them, that's something that you have to be mentally prepared for. This next one says, hey, Bossy, I am in serious need of advice. My cousin has been dating this good for absolutely nothing guy for almost a year and a half now, and I cannot get her to see her worth. She is always coming to me crying and telling me how he is putting his hands on her and how he keeps cheating. He has given her STDs on numerous occasions from cheating and had babies on her, including possibly 2 on the way. I want her out of this relationship so bad, but I don't know how to tell her to leave him without her turning against me and thinking I'm hating on her relationship. What can I tell her to get her out of this relationship? Okay, honey, I've been there. I was that person that stuck around with the dude that got girls pregnant, that, you know, just did just horrible things to me. And a lot of my family members would be like, Bossy, you need to leave him alone, or Bossy this and that, including my brothers, my dad, my just cousins, friends, everyone. You need to let him go, this and that. He ain't even all that, you know, he ain't, you know. But because I was so blinded by stupidity and I thought it was love, I mean, it took me to let him go and to finally open my eyes and see that this nigga ain't for you. He's not what you need. He's bringing you down. You're not showing your full potential. You're not loving yourself. I had to think about myself, and I had to think about my children. I was the only one that was able to wake up and realize that relationship was toxic. So it may be the same way with your cousin. My cousins tried and tried and tried, but I wasn't hearing that. And she may be the same way. It might take a drastic, granted, having kids on me and putting your hands on me and giving me STDs, that's pretty drastic. But it might take her a couple of more times. It's sad to say some women are like that, and I was one of them. But I mean, it happens. When she's ready and tired of being hurt and tired of being mistreated, then she will end it. Sometimes it could be a year. Sometimes, hell, it could be 5 years. But I mean, when she's done, that's when she'll stop dealing with them. It's hard. It's hard. Some people listen to their family members and friends, but some people don't. And she sounds like she's one of those people. So she's going to have to learn in her own time and open up her eyes to see that this guy is not for her, and it's just detrimental to her health and her future. So that's just her choice. She's going to have to see this for herself. So you can't make her just leave him. Okay, this next one says, hey girl, I'm 22 years old and I recently got involved with a 39-year-old preacher. I've always been attracted to older men than me, but never actually dated one. Do you think this is a problem, being that he's the same age as my mother and he has a daughter my age? Thanks. Girl, you 22, you of age, you legal. I just had another one like this. The only thing is she was 21, he was 34. This is basically the same thing. He's a preacher though. I mean, I hope y'all ain't doing ungodly things since he's a preacher. Hopefully he's not trying to have sex with you. Hopefully he's just courting you, so that I guess he's assuming he's going to be marrying you. Because if he's doing all the things that he's not supposed to do, especially with him being a preacher, because hell, we all mess up. But he's, you know, a preacher. He should be hopefully doing the right thing by you. But I mean, y'all both legal adults. So, I mean, if you can get past the fact that he's that much older than you, which I personally don't see what y'all have in common, really. Because he's damn near 40 and you're just now in your early 20s. I mean, hey, that's your decision. But I mean, you need to make sure he's in that relationship for the right reasons, and he's just not trying to get his rocks off with a young tenderoni, and he's really trying to do right by you and not just have this young thing on his tail. So yeah, I mean, me personally, I don't know if I could do it, but hey, if you don't have no problem with it, if your relationship is going good, I mean, but if you don't have no problem with it and your relationship is going, but if you don't have a problem with it and your relationship's going good, you do you, boo. I can't tell you whether you shouldn't keep messing with him or not. Okay, you guys, this is going to be the last one. Okay, so this one says, he let his baby mama move in. Hi, Bossy. I hope all is well with you, and I love your videos, and you seem so cool and fun to be around. Thank you, girl. I'm actually kind of boring. Says, so I'm a 23-year-old female, and I'm currently in college about to complete my master's degree. That's good. I have been seeing a man that is 5 years older than I am for the past 2.5 years. He is truly the love of my life, and I have never felt the connection that I have with him with anyone else. He is what I would consider my soulmate. I don't have any children, and I never have been in a serious relationship until now. I hid him from my family and friends for a very long time. By now, some of my friends have met him, and my sister has as well. But I have still hid him from my parents for the most part. The reason I have hid him is because he has 2 small children, and I don't think my family will approve of me dating someone that already has 2 kids. He is a hardworking man and has already graduated from college. He has his own place, car, job, and takes good care of his children. About 2 years in, he sat me down and told me that his baby mama was moving to town for a new job, and she and the kids needed a place to stay until her apartment was ready. Now, this was the most devastating thing that has ever happened to me. I was so hurt and confused. I stopped seeing him for almost 3 months. I was so depressed. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat, I couldn't focus, and I resorted to going to counseling. He told me that there was nothing going on between him and her, and he told me that there was nothing going on between them. He told her about me and how he felt. He told her about me and how he felt about me. And he said he was only trying to do the right thing for his kids. I was so angry. I felt like he should have discussed that with me and not tell me the day before. I could not believe it actually happened to me. I was so embarrassed, and I never told anyone that what really happened except for my counselor. After a while, I tried so hard to move on, but he is my heart, and I really didn't feel like I could live or just heal from this without him. We started back seeing each other. She finally moved out, and things have been so rocky since then. I have a strong resentment towards his baby mama now. Our plan was for me to meet her first and then the kids, but after this, I don't want anything to do with her. Also, he told me that while she was staying there, she saw how down and out he was over me leaving him, and she tried to use that as an opportunity to have sex with him again. He said he turned her down, and she never tried it again. I almost hate the fact that she exists now, but I try not to let that feeling harbor in my heart. I'm a really sweet, kind-hearted, intelligent, and genuine person. Am I too young for this type of relationship? Am I being naive? Am I settling? I've never been in love like this, and I would hate to lose a good guy because we aren't equally yoked. Please tell me what you think. Thanks for reading this. Okay. He's a good man to you. You know, you feel secure with him. You feel like he's your soulmate. Y'all been together for 2.5 years. And he has 2 small children. It's great that he takes care of his kids. Me personally, and some people may not agree with me, that is fine. We can agree to disagree. I don't want my man living with his baby mama at all. Yes, I understand that she's the mother of his kids. A man needs to make sure the mother has a roof over her head or something of that sort. But there was no way they could make any other type of arrangement, especially the fact that he was in a relationship. It's one thing if he wasn't in a relationship, but the fact that he is and she's living with him, can't the kids just stay with him? And, you know, he rent out a hotel for her. Hell, I wouldn't even mind if he rented out a hotel for her to stay in. Or if he helped her, you know, find a place before she even moved back here. Or if there was some family she could go to prior. Now, I understand she probably wanted to move close to him so that the kids could see him. that's very understandable, because kids need to be around their parents, both parents, in my opinion. But that just seems so messy to me. Like, the fact that they're living together, they have children together. Clearly, she still had feelings for him, because she's trying to use him when he's feeling down and out to sleep with the man. So me personally, I'd have to probably step back from that relationship until they got their stuff together. And I felt like he's really worth it, then I would come back to him if he was willing to take me back. But I can't, Basima, could not stay in that relationship, or I need to take a break from that relationship. And then you tell me the day before she moves in? Like, no. I'm gonna need to, you know, check out of this relationship for a while. I'd rather have my peace of mind and not be worrying, well, what are they doing? Or is she sleeping in the room with him? Or is she walking around naked? Is she doing this? And because females can get comfortable. I understand that's the mother of his kids, but I just wouldn't, you know, stay around. I would have did what you did. Now that she's gone though, but now that they aren't together, but now that she's moved out and you guys are back together, I don't really get the part where you wish she didn't exist and stuff. I mean, that's his kid's mother. Yeah, you're upset at the fact that she tried to come on to your man, but now you know the next time you see her, you put her in check. You know, but you shouldn't, I mean, she's gonna be in this man's life forever. They have kids. So that's never gonna change. I mean, yeah, she was wrong stepping out of line, coming to him like that. Granted, y'all were broken up, but still at the same time, she knew what she was doing. But I mean, it's something that happens when you deal with people with kids. I mean, it's always gonna be in that person's, in the back of their mind. And I'm sure my boyfriend probably felt like that. Who knows? Does she still have feelings for her ex? Or does he still have feelings for his ex? Especially if kids are involved. Because they have to see each other. They have to have communication. When you don't have kids, it's one thing. But when you do have kids and then you're dating someone that doesn't have kids, it can kind of get a person thinking like, does he still sleep with his baby mama? Does he still do stuff, you know, with his baby mama that you wouldn't typically do with her if y'all were broken up? You know what I mean? It's just something that a lot of people think about. But I mean, now that you guys have made it back to your relationship, she's out of the picture as far as living with him. I mean, you're gonna have to just get past it if you want your relationship to be back to how it was. And if not, if you can't handle this, because it sounds like you can't, because you wish she vanished and disappeared, yes, I understand. But that's not gonna happen. So you're just gonna have to try to look past the fact. If you think that he's really worth it, you're gonna have to just look past the fact that his baby mama lived with him for a little bit. She tried to get his stuff back. From what he said, it didn't work. I don't know. But I mean, now that you back with him, clearly you took him back. I mean, you're either going to have to make it better and try to look past all that mess, or you just going to have to go your separate ways. And you just don't, because otherwise you're going to go crazy. I mean, if you don't try to look past it, you're going to go crazy. So that's my only advice on that, you know. Might not be the best, but that's it. That is it for this Ask Bossy segment. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please, please leave any feedback for any of these questions that were told today in this Ask Bossy series, because all the advice that I gave, they might not want to hear just that. They might want to hear different opinions. You know what I'm saying? So drop it below in them comments so they can read that. And please be respectful though, y'all. Please be respectful. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video.